People listen to this meeting live. A lot of people, they can't be on with all of you, but you know what? They come on Saturday. They come on to my YouTube channel or listen to the recording. I can see how many people listen to the recording on YouTube. Welcome everybody. We're so glad you're with us here on our meeting for Saturday morning, July the 10th. We have a great lineup for you. I'm so excited about this meeting and wait till you see what Bronwyn has planned for you. And I think I could be a really good support to her with my PowerPoint presentation, which I did the first time on Canva. I did the whole presentation today on Canva. I love Canva. Love Canva. And so does Betty. Love it, love it, love it. It is just my best friend, and it
Yeah.
really helps me in this business. And we send out all the cute things. And this last week, if you haven't signed up for my Vickie Hacking's um, let's see, it's called chat. What am I, guys? Why my brain? I had a brain freeze. Okay, WhatsApp. I have a WhatsApp team. Okay, and I'm going to put it right in I'll put it in the chat so you can just click on it and join because we put a lot of great things. I put a lot of great handouts there last night for you. And for all of you that are leaders, you're going to want my handout on the yeah, on the Founders Club. You know, Jafra doesn't talk about the Founders Club. And so it's kind of like
drive you down.
okay, I need to say Sandra, that one of you is muting yourself.
You guys can mute her.
Can you catch that? Wileen, can you catch that?
Oh, there you go. She's muted.
Thank you. Muted now? Okay, good. All right, thank you. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to also, Betty, I think I need to make you also a co-host today since you know what you're doing. There you go. All right, so anyways, WhatsApp, we put the handout for all of you leaders to be able to send to all of your people that are Founders Club members. Because what you have to do is you have to go into your Excel file and then you have to do a little search. And you know how to do that. I hope you do. And you just put everybody that came in before July 1991. And that'll give you all the people that are eligible for the Founders Club Royal Jelly, free Royal Jelly every quarter in Jafra. That's amazing. A $74 gift dropped in your order. Of course, if you don't place an order, you're not going to get the free Royal Jelly. But congratulations to all of you that have been with Jafra over 30 years and are members of the Founders Club. And you guys, I think I had like 50 members on my team in my branch that I sent out congratulations to. So that's because I'm so old. When you've been in Jafra 56 years, you too will have that many founders too. So anyways, we want to welcome everybody today, and I'm going to share my screen. And here we go. We're going to go into our presentation for the day. Okay, this is our morning presentation that I did on Canva. And I thought this was a great quote. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Nod your head. Yes. See my screen? Okay, good, Betty, I can see you. All right, people work for money, but they go the extra mile for recognition, praise, and rewards. Do you guys raise your hand? Agree with that? You bet. So I thought that was great. Me too. We're right there. And one thing about Jafra, they give us so much recognition and praise. Love it. I love it. So now we're going to get my slideshow to go, I hope. I worked so hard on this. Wouldn't that be funny if it doesn't work? Because it doesn't have the little forward and backward arrow. So here we go. Yeah, all right, it's working. All right, now I want to remind all of you to sign up for Beauty Insiders because we have great speakers. And I guess that will be the third Tuesday of the month. That's coming up on this Tuesday at 11 o'clock. You want to make sure that you're in with the business training meeting. Okay, now I don't know who's doing that meeting. Do you guys know? Because Emily's no longer with us. So, but anyways, I don't know if you caught that. Did you catch that video yesterday? I don't know what she is leaving us. I think she took a promotion. So I don't know, is she going for Jafra Corporate or whatever? But Judith was on. Be sure you check that because that is, I think it's in Insider's Chat that she did the video. But Emily is gonna not be with us. But don't forget. All right, now here we go. I'm going to play this for you in case you haven't seen it.
Okay, we're not seeing the video. I'm not
seeing the
anyway.
video? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's go back here and let's go in and I'll try it again, Betty. Let's go in there and share the screen. Go into how everybody's seeing that picture?
Yes.
Okay, now let's see what happens when I play. Maybe it's not going to play for you. Well, I'm not going to play it, Betty. I'm going to go on because we don't have time. So let's go on to the next slide. And I hope all of you take the time to look at that slide, at that video. Okay, it's there in your business hub. And I think it's right there when you go to place an order. It's right there on the front page too. Okay, now let's talk about this. What do you think about this? Betty, what do you think about this page?
So I'm a little concerned that we're dropping the sensitive dry boost. But I understand that Jafra has to drop the products that are not selling as they thought they were gonna sell. So I understand that it's a business. But that may also mean that not that many people needed the sensitive boost. So we just need to see what is
Well,
going
now
forward.
they tell me that ClearSmart is sensitive.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. And so that may be the answer. And quite frankly, I haven't sold very much of the sensitive boosts. So therein, maybe that is not a concern at all. So I'm very glad they're keeping the Luna Bright serum, because that is what I use at a Luna Bright. And I understand it if men are not using the nighttime moisturizer. I get that. And so they're paring that down.
And apparently, the men's line, there are several of the products that are not selling well. So I want them, if they're not selling well, why should they keep producing and whatever? So there's going to be big sales on these products. In fact, I think we're going to talk about this later, but I think we're going to show you where to go to see what products are available and what products are not available. We're going to show you that. That's part of our presentation today. But just take note of this.
Yeah.
These are being
keeping the micellar water and keeping the wipes. So those are going, those are big sellers and they're keeping them. So that's fabulous.
That's fabulous. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do you think on the men's line? The SPF is a hydrator, but it should not be used at night.
No.
So what are these guys using at nighttime?
Good question, Wileen. Good
They're
question.
probably not using anything at night and aren't gonna anyway. That's
Well,
my guess.
I think, Wileen, that we have to wait until conference because
Yeah.
conference is going to be where all of the new things are being. There's a lot of things happening at this conference. A lot of social media. Judith said they've got a lot of things they're going to be presenting because when I complained about the fact that I thought we were a little behind, she basically said, yes, you're right. But she gave me every confidence that the social media is going to be directed. In other words, we're going to have unveiling. So there's great unveilings taking place at conference. Remember, this is I think this is the last week that you can sign up for the $69 package, which will be mailed to you. And I think we're going to open up presents and everything all together. I think they'll probably send the box and the box will say, do not open this and do not open this. And then we open them all together. And so as they announce things, the box will have a lot to do with that. Don't you agree?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. All right. So we talked last week about our Jafra story. Okay. And I gave my Jafra story on live Facebook. I did it and told about, my whole thing with Richard not believing in me and I went to my mother and borrowed the money for my Jafra case. Boy, that was the best decision, wasn't it? Mom, I know you're up there in heaven, but thank you so much for lending me the money for my Jafra case. All right, now, so here it is. You're going to tell who you are in my life. It says what I wanted. I found Jafra. I was mostly impressed by. Jafra is helping me by, and the best part is, this is just to give you some ideas. But really, basically, when you meet people, you want to have a Jafra story. You can't go into a business without some kind of a story. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I am going to ask Cecilia, are you on? And do you want to share this morning your story?
I'm on and I have a cold, so bear with me. If I start coughing, somebody take
All right.
over and I'll mute for a minute.
Okay.
So you want me to share now?
I'm going to have you go. I'm going to have you go first, coughs and all. You and Jackie were together. I think
I
that's.
know. I
You
told
know,
her, I said, did I give it to her?
Betty's not sick. Betty's not sick, but a lot of you came back sick from that.
Oh, I did. Mine is actually better. I've been sick for a week. It's funny. It's not funny, but
Somebody
yeah.
was passing germs back there.
Well, hey, we had a lot of fun hugging. It was worth it.
Oh, golly, you had a lot of fun hugging. Okay, Cecilia, you're first.
Okay. Well, basically, I started off with Jafra in Tooele where I lived when I was born and raised. And I met a girl I worked with at Safeway. And there was a bunch of us that worked there. And she was selling Jafra. And we did some parties all the time when I was doing parties. I was hooked on the royal jelly and the cleanser. And it was the real gooey, what was it? Crisco cleanser. It would take off any kind of makeup, your Halloween makeup, whatever. Hooked on that. And then the liquid cleanser, I got onto that too. And then I got divorced. I moved to Salt Lake and I called her to get some Jafra and she wasn't selling anymore. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She goes, like, I can't get enough to get you a royal jelly. So I don't know what to do. We had parties and all kinds of fun stuff. I fell in love with it. I was only using those two products. So I moved to West Jordan and I was desperate. So I got on the phone and our phone book and looked up and I found a gal in Salt Lake in West Jordan, Helen Croft. And I went over and she said, well, you love Jafra so much. Yeah, that's one name you haven't heard for a long time. Huh? I know she's still around somewhere, but yeah, I went over there and she said, if you love the royal jelly so much, why don't you just get the kit? And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can afford it or not. And it was $99 at the time, the big white case with the flip over thing. And it had like all kinds of stuff in it, makeup, a little bit of makeup and whatever. So I said, okay, I don't have the money, but let me check. Did the same thing you did, Vickie. Asked my mom for the money, borrowed the money. And I thought I'll just give it a shot because I do love it. And I hadn't used the makeup or anything else. Well, I got the kit, started using the kit, and I got the mascara. I loved the lash building mascara back then. Started using the makeup because there was a little bit of makeup in there. And people would say, hey, what eyeshadow do you have on? What do you use on your skin? Your skin looks great. And I had really bad acne when I was a teenager. And after I started using Jafra when I was about 20, it was like in 83, I think, it just cleared my skin up. It was amazing. I thought this is the best stuff ever. So, and the royal jelly was always my favorite. So yeah, I just started using the product. People started asking. Before you know it, I was selling it. I wasn't going to sell it. I thought, I don't want to sell this stuff. I'm not a seller. And I just started using the product. People would ask me all the time, started having parties and just blossomed in West Jordan, and then moved from consultant to manager in about a year. And then from manager to DM1 in, I think within the second or third year, I had 4 branches, had, I don't know, 100, 150 consultants in those branches. And one of the things I learned was that I didn't promote people. I brought a lot of people in for wholesale, and that was okay, but I didn't bring enough people in that were really determined to go with the business, and do something with it. So we lost everything, and I lost my manager status and kind of gave up for a while. And then I thought, no, I want to be a manager again. I missed that. Even if it was a $100 check, I missed it. I wanted it back. So I promoted again and did really well for a while. And then kind of it backed out because I broke up from that relationship, moved back to Tooele. I couldn't get any business going or anything. So I got another part-time job. And then moved from that, I got back into Jafra again, doing it more. So selling and finding some people. And I think I promoted again to manager. I think I promoted, this is my 3rd time. I promoted again last August. And I just, all of a sudden it just clicked. And I thought, determination, consistency, you got to stick with this. And so I've stuck with it ever since. And I'm determined to move to DD. And I love the product. Everybody else that I've talked to, I'm building a clientele down here in St. George now. And it's just amazing. It's just the same thing. You have to wear the product to share the product, because people will ask, where did you get that eyeshadow? What kind of mascara do you use? And, if you don't wear makeup, it's okay. You can tell. I mean, I had some friends come over the other night and they got in the pool and they need some lotion for after lotion. I'm like, well, I don't really use lotion because I love the royal almond oil, but I thought, the after tan. So I gave them the after tan and I put it on, this is great. And I'm like, yeah, that could be like an everyday lotion. So may have a sale there, but that lotion is really amazing. So just have Jafra everywhere you go. And that's what I've done over the last I've been in 32 plus years now. And
what have you accomplished in the last few months? Tell them.
in the last few months, I got the quarterly bonus for the first quarter. Yeah. Oh, look at those pom-poms. I need some of those. And I'm definitely in the elite group, which many of you are, and that's awesome. I love the training with Bella, and I'm very excited. I got registered the other day for the national conference. So excited to go next year. So excited to hear what's going to happen and what they're bringing, because it's so fun to be involved in those lives. You know, it's so fun to be in live, and I think that Hudit's going to do a great job with this online. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm trying to get my
Won the
girls.
summer trip. Wait, you won the summer trip?
I won the summer trip. Yes, I
Oh,
did.
that
That
was
was awesome.
huge.
I still have some money put away. So it was good. Actually, the money right now came in handy because we just built a new home. So, well, we moved in last September. So that came in handy a little bit, but I still got a little cushion there. So hoping to go to Malibu. And I'm going to see Tony Robbins, and just all this stuff comes from Jafra. It's just constantly building who I am and constantly making me want to do more and be more and do more and be more for other people and have them. I just want to find those people that have that same passion, that want more, that actually know and can see that they can get it too. They can have anything they want. They just have to
Love
have
it.
the drive for it and have somebody that's pushing them, not pushing them, but being behind them, supporting them and saying, you know what, I love you and you can do this.
I
You know,
love it,
anything you want to
Cecilia.
do.
Thank you. Okay, Helen Singleton, we're ready for your story.
Good for you.
Okay. You know what's really funny is, Vicki, I had been working on it, so it gave me the impetus to really finish this one, because I've done a couple in the past. But I'm a retired nurse, but I've been in Jafra off and on since the 90s. I'm never really good with dates as to when I started. But I started by going, somebody invited me to a party, and I remember going several times and buying the, it was more the spa products, the lotions, the Sylvan Moss. I loved the Sylvan Moss back then. Used to keep that in their kitchen, and you know, when you're working with, especially with hamburger, it would get that grease off your hands. But I also like the other products, and finally I decided, well, I should do this to get 30% off all the products. Other products I bought, I could have got 30% off. So I became a consultant. And then what I did was, I wasn't expecting to sell, but when I went to work, I would take this stuff. Remember we did the hand treatments? We would put a little bit of almond oil, put a little bit of sugar, and I would do those at work and started selling products, especially because nurses, you're washing your hands a lot and they would dry out. And this would keep their hands moist and they wouldn't dry out for like the whole shift. So I started selling, but then I kind of, life happens, went back and forth. But this last year, I finally promoted, it clicked. And for the second time, I promoted to manager, working on growing my branch. The thing I like about Jafra throughout the years has been not only the products, but the friendships, the women I have met throughout my journey, and the training, the camaraderie, the help. There's nothing like it in the world. I had been with one direct selling company, and their thing was that if the other people aren't in your company, you shouldn't be hanging out with them. And I know my thing is, if you're my friend, you're my friend. And if you're my family, you're my family. And I'm not cutting you out for business. But Jafra lets you be who you want to be, how you want to be. So my goal is to start spreading this with more people and helping them fulfill their dreams and whatever they could be, helping them become more confident in themselves and all that kind of thing. So that's where I'm at right now.
Oh, Helen, that's a beautiful story. I'm so glad that I asked you to share your story last week. That's a beautiful story. Okay, now we go on to Delan, who all of you know because she's truly our mascot. What can I say? She's our fearless
So sweet.
mascot. Okay, so where are you, Delan? Can you come in?
I'm right here.
Are you,
Yeah,
you're not at home, you're on the phone.
No, I'm on the phone. I'm at the condo moving stuff from my son's place.
Okay, okay.
Okay, well, I'm Delan, and all of my whole entire life, when I was a kid, from a little itty bitty thing, I wanted to be a nurse until I found out I had to give shots, because I always wanted to help people until I found out I had to give people shots, and I went, I can't do that. So I thought, well, that's not going to be what I'm going to do. So that's because I always wanted to, help. And so what I did, I got married, life changed. I became a licensed cosmetologist, cutting hair because I wanted to fix my mother's hair. So I thought, well, then I got married and my husband got laid off. And I said, oh, and we just bought a new house. I said, this kind of sucks to be me right now. So I started looking around for something to do. And I had a friend that had been selling Jafra for years. She never called me. She never asked me to do any of that stuff. And so I got a hold of her. So it's not because I knew the product. I knew nothing of it. I'd never tried it. And I thought, well, I need to make some cold, some cash here, just cash. Need to make it. And I thought, well, and then I went and searched several different companies. It wasn't just the Jafra. I was looking at different companies. Don't need to mention names, but ones wanted me to invest $3,000. And I went, oh, I don't have $3,000. And she said, why not? It's a good investment. And I said, well, yeah, but what if I break my leg or broke my leg or something? She goes, well, that sounds, well, I broke my leg. I really did.
Oh.
So it's a good thing I didn't go for that I did break my leg. But anyway, so then I finally got a hold of Laureen Schoblin, and she was under Brenda Butcher. And I called her and I said, tell me about this Jafra. She said, well, okay. So I signed up under her. And it was in June 1985, I think it was. And that's when we had the nail care. And Utah was a test market for the nail care at that particular time. And it was an extra $250. And I said, but I'm going to do it. So I did the nail care and I did the skincare in that white box that Cecilia's talking about with the flip lid. Yeah, I got that. And then I went out and I did so I went, because I was going to school at the same time. I worked at the college. So I sold a lot of, just had the stuff on my desk on the corner and people would come and use it. And then I would sell from my desk at the school. That's how I started. And that first year I won, or that first month or so, I won the conference, or what do they call it? It was the Jenny McWilliams had at Hotel Utah. I won that. I had been only in a month and I'd sold, my branch came in with $5,000 at that particular time. So, which is a lot because we don't even have to do $5,000 now. Well, we do, I guess. But anyway, so that's what so I was mostly impressed by, well, it was just the people that I meet, the friendship that I've had, the camaraderie. And so I think the most part that have impressed me is the training, especially this latest training that we've had. They've been with us, they back us, they're really good. I did become a manager, and then my mother got sick and I took care of her, and life happens. And then I lost my managership by about $3. But anyway, but Jafra has been, again, because I was still into Jafra, but I just thought, okay, I just backed away a little bit and I said, I can't do this. And then I came back in as a manager again. And so Jafra's just helping me just kind of keep grounded. That sound kind of keep me together. I mean, with the training that we have with Vickie and with Jackie, and just the camaraderie I have with all the people and the friends. I mean, I have friends from Zoom that I had never seen in person, like Betty, yeah, that we saw at the Diva thing, and then Bronwyn that I see all the time. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, there's like, oh geez, it's just people that like I would have probably never met. On Wileen, the same thing. So to me, that's the best part. I have friends. I can go somewhere and I know someone, so I could, it's just that, to me, that's the best part, is having friends all over the US. And that's just, and I probably will, I'm in a little tough time right now, but
Jafra keeps you focused. It pulls you out of those dark moments. You know that. Having all the friends and all of us love you, and you represent laughing yoga to us.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, we love it. We're going to have to do laughing yoga again pretty soon. Thank you so much, Delan. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn over some time to my friend. I've been watching this lady. I don't know her well, but it's like everything I'm on, she's on. It's like, oh my gosh, she's taking that training. Oh, she's taking that training. And it's like I've gotten to know her. She's always there. Whenever Jackie has anything, I turn it on and there's Betty Green. And so again, I'm looking forward to hearing her story. And also, she's going to share some training for us. And Betty, we do have quite a few leaders on today. So you just take it away and tell us whatever's in your heart. Okay. I've got about 15 minutes for you.
Okay,
So 10 to
all
15
right, so
minutes. You got it,
I'll
girl.
watch my time. I'm not, so mine's not gonna be my short story, my elevator story. So I'll just kind of tell you off the cuff, my Jafra story, which Vickie doesn't know the whole story. It's very, it's really interesting. So I started using Jafra right the year after college. So I was in Eastern New York. I've always almost my whole life lived in New York State, and graduated from college, got a job near Albany, New York, and didn't know anybody, and met my friend Joanne, and she is the cousin to Sylvia Morris Pine's husband. Sylvia Morris Pine lives in San Diego, California, but her husband is from Eastern New York State, and was from a farm family, but he ended up in San Diego working, doing the oceanography stuff. And so, but he, so Sylvia enrolled, sponsored his cousin, Joanne. And so I met Joanne and started using Jafra in 1980. I loved it. I loved it. And finally in 1982, I said, I am not going to pay full price for this anymore. And so I decided at the time I would also do parties or classes at the time. And so I joined and was in that area with her. So actually did classes and did okay. I was there, I think, with her for about 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and did okay. Did back then we earned Venuses, and I did earn some of them, and so did okay. And then I moved, and then I moved, and then I moved. And then I moved, and everywhere I moved, I had one customer, but I was remote, and I don't do well remotely. I need people. And so I always used Jafra, but I didn't really sell Jafra anymore. I just had a customer. I actually lived in Hawaii for 2 years, and I had somebody follow me home. She saw my bumper sticker. She followed me home. So that was my one customer in Hawaii. And although I sold a little bit to my roommate, so I would have a customer to wherever I lived, but I always bought my Jafra. And back then, it was a $300 order. And I thought, well, must be, I had to order 2 orders a year. Must be, that would be the minimum. And so I made sure I ordered two orders a year. I never asked anybody. And so I always got my 50%, and I just ordered these huge orders. And so I always had my royal jelly, and I always used Jafra. And my brother said at one point in time, well, maybe you have to give up your Jafra. No. And so I just always used it. So I went dark for like 27 years. So I just kept using my Jafra, and I just, I never even told anybody. I didn't talk about Jafra. It just, they happened to find out that I used Jafra, or I happened, to show somebody Jafra, or I gave, like my mom always used it. So, I was always giving her, she bought something from me, but I never didn't talk to anybody about Jafra. So fast forward to, I think it was 6 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago. Well, no, but before that. So I get to my 30 years with Jafra, and I get something in the mail that says I'm a founder. I'm like, oh, it made me laugh. I'm a founder with the company. How could that be? I don't even have a business. It just made me laugh, so I get this great pin. And so then I start getting the every 4 months I get the royal jelly, and it's great. So I I just love it. So I lose track of Joanne, my sponsor. She kind of loses track of me. And then, so about 5 years ago, as a kind of a New Year's resolution, Sylvia decides that she's got, so Sylvia is a district director or something too, maybe, I'm not sure. And her mom gets sick, she has a stroke, and she decides that she's going to take her in her home and she's going to take care of her. So she resigns from being a district director because she feels she can't do both. And so she that's how her career goes. So that's why she's not a district director anymore. And but she decides she's got all these people, and then when her district director under her, her life falls apart, and so she's no longer district director. So she ends up with all of these people in her first line that she doesn't have any contact with. So she decides in January that she's going to somehow get in touch with all these people. So she sends out this mass email. I'm going to start having a conference call. And I say to myself, somebody cares. Here I am remote, always remote. And so I'm like, whoa, somebody cares. Now I knew Sylvia was somewhere, but yeah, never met her ever.
In California.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I'm like, okay. So since then, up until recently, I had to miss a meeting, but for the longest time, for like 5 years, I missed one conference call, which then turned into Zoom calls. But from that point on, I said, okay, we together said, okay, I'm going to reboot my business. And so literally month by month, she and Michelle Hall, who is part of our team, they would give me a monthly assignment, like, okay, this month, get business cards. And then this month, do this and make your list. And I had to literally learn the company all over again, because placing an order once every 6 months, you have no idea anything about the company. You just and back the old system where you can't even see what you're ordering. And I didn't get actions. I didn't get brochures. Like, I really had no idea what I was ordering. So like, you had to guess because you had no idea. So I just didn't know anything really about the company. So I had to learn everything all over again. And then lo and behold, we have Smart Start. And so, so I didn't go to the first national conference, but I went to the next one. Wow. And wasn't that wonderful? And I'll never miss another one again. Never went to one before. Early on, we went to regionals over in New England. So might have met Debbie Yingling, have no idea. But I did see Jan Day once. I don't think I actually met her because I would have remembered that, but I remember seeing her walk into the room. And but I don't think I met her because that would have been profound. So, but I remember all the New England, being there and dancing and awards and that sort of thing. But then, so I went to conference, and I'll never miss another one. And then there's Smart Start. I went for a year and a half every Sunday night. And so there's Lori and Marie Menard. They just taught me and taught me and taught me. These are women, these are people who didn't make 1 red cent off me. And they just kept teaching me and teaching me. Sylvia was working full time. She didn't have the time. And these people, all of you guys, everybody on Zoom in all of these meetings helped me learn how to do this business again. I didn't know how to do it. And that's why I'm on everything, because I had to learn how to do this. I had no idea how to do any of this. I never sponsored anybody until 3 years ago.
Wow.
And I didn't sponsor anybody actually until I retired, because I think I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to manage all that. I sponsored my first 2 people 2 months after I retired. And then I became a manager 6 months later, and I just, I just, it's this community and the recognition. Oh yeah. I mean, I worked almost 40 years in a career where the complaints was all I ever got, so the recognition in this company and the awards, and I'm not a stellar consultant. No, I actually do better I think at rewarding and awarding my consultants and encouraging them than I do as a consultant. But I love this community. This community is wonderful. So, being on Smart Start and being on Zoom, when we went to Dallas that first time, it was like, oh, old home week. It's like, oh my gosh, I remember meeting Donna for the first time. It's like, oh, it's like we had known each other for years. I never laid eyes on her except on Zoom. And it was like, it was wonderful. So seeing all you guys for the first time, it's like, oh my gosh, it just was wonderful. It's just, this community is just, yeah, I just can't explain it most times. And that is Jafra. That is just Jafra, and of course the products are wonderful and it's the best company in the world, and our compensation plan and all that stuff. But this community is just beyond words. Somebody who will invest their time and their effort for somebody and not make 1 red cent off them, that is love. That's just love. And I don't know.
So Betty, tell me, what do you recommend everybody what to be able to do? Because you've got some people on this call that want to know, and it sounds to me like you've just hung in there all these years. And then all of a sudden, but you know what I hear? I hear that you went to a conference, that you went to something where you connected with people. And that's why it's so important for us to either go to Yuma, which many of you did, or to go to Palm Springs. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to build a team, get someone to go with you and get a group to go with you. And I've always believed that's where you bond and that's where you decide. Because I watch you, Betty, and you again are on everything. And Delan, you're on everything too. And so that has to be that you connect. You got to stay connecting on Zoom. You got to connect on national conference. You got to connect by going to Palm Springs or to go to Yuma, because that's what I see happening. And look how
Yeah.
emotional you are about your love for Jafra. Betty, that is such a beautiful testimony of what you're doing. Now, real quickly, you've got about 3 minutes to tell us Green by 19.
Okay, so one of the things that I think is really effective with my team, well, I know it is, and we, even with me, is that I really promote with my team the Green by 19 concept, and I reward them. So when anybody in my team either is 400 by the 19th or sponsors enroll somebody by the 19th, I give full-size product. Now that's a product of my choice. Sometimes it's something that I know they want, but usually it's something that I just have a lot of. Like I'll do fragrance 1 month and I'll do something else another month, or I'll do fragrance 2 months in a row, but I give them full-size product, and so they always get it, and they go for and recognition. So I have a Facebook group for my team, and so-and-so is green already, 2nd of the month, Carol is green by 19 already, and so am I. If I placed my order already, we're green by 19, who's going to be next? And I'm and I try to make the message as short as possible, so it is one of those you know, it can be one with the background, you know, you can only have so many letters and it still has the good background. It doesn't go into the longer message when you're making a post, so it's, you know, stands out. So I do that, and so I announce whenever anybody's green by 19, I make it a post in the group. And I also, so my 3 ways of messages are Facebook group posts, private message group. You know, I have a private messenger group for our branch, so I put it in there, and then I do easy texting, although I guess I don't announce in the easy texting, but those are my 3 ways of communication. So I do the 2 for those announcements, and I make sure people get the gift at the end of the month. So the Green by 19 seems to be really good, and oftentimes our branch is green by 19. The whole, we qualified by the 19th.
You know, I love that. I've never had really that explained to me. Betty, you're the one that I love it. I just thought green by 19 meant that you had your branch qualifications. But are these $400 orders?
$400. I use the $400, not the 300. I
Okay.
want them to realize that they get the most with 400, even though the you know, the raise is at 300. You know, they get their raise at 300 to 50%. That they get the most at 400. So they're green at 400. And so I teach Welcome to Jafra, and I teach VIP right from the start. And you know, and I really bug the people who aren't yet, like if they're in Welcome to Jafra and they're not, like by the end of the, you know, toward the end of the month, if they haven't, you know, gotten there, I do bug them. Like, you know, you're leaving this on the table. So I, you know, say, you know, I just had somebody actually fall out of Welcome to Jafra, and, you know, just, you know, but usually they don't, because I'm saying, okay, you know, this is really important. You're gonna be out of the program or VIP. So I really focus on those.
But you're
So
doing a lot of different content. You're doing text messaging, you're doing emails, and
the
you're
private message
you're going into different ways, and you're using recognition, so the whole
recognition.
team
Oh,
sees who they are.
right.
So it's just, again, you know, that code I played at the beginning, Betty, that should be your theme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's you. I mean,
Well,
recognition is everything.
and in a regular job, how many times do we get recognized? I mean, like I said, I was in a career where it was, people complained. It wasn't a career where I got recognized. So, you know, so this is it. I love it.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you so much. I
Well,
loved getting to know you. I loved hearing your ideas, and your testimony of Jafra is just passionate. I love it. I think everybody here could not be touched by what you had to share with us. Okay, now we're going to move on because I got to give Bronwyn the last
yeah.
15 minutes. So here
Thank
we
you for
go.
having me.
Yeah, here we go. Bronwyn, you are it. And let me see if I did it right, Bronwyn. I hope my slideshow works. Let me just see. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much. I want to just say that Delan and Helen, and thank you so much, Betty, for, here we go. I don't know why maybe I'm not going to be doing Canva anymore because my PowerPoint presentation just moved right along. So hold on just a minute. Can everybody see my screen? I hope you all can, because I'm going to pull up my presentation one more time and see if I can't, because it's not moving right. Okay, let's see if here we go. There's Betty Green and her story. Thank you, Betty, so much. I love that picture of you. Took it off of Facebook. Okay, Bronwyn, where are you? Number 1, best offer.
We
Okay.
can't see you.
Vicki, you don't see your screen.
Oh, you don't see
We
the
don't see
screen?
your
Okay,
screen,
hold on. Let's go back. Just a minute. I got to go back here. Thank you. Here we go. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay, Bronwyn.
Okay, Jaffa friends, we are in the second week of July, and I'm here to present to you the best offers. And how do we come up with this is by going through our July book strategically and finding out as to what the highest percentages are of what Jaffa is offering us throughout the month. So the first week, you always see the highest percentage. This is the second week, and we are now still in the 50% to 45%. Deal number 4 is on page 24. And Vickie has brought it up for you to view already. And this is the iconic Royal Jelly Duo. You save over 35%. We're talking about the top offer right now. The save over 35% for $64. Retail value is $102. This includes your Royal Jelly Advanced Balm of 1 fluid ounce, $77 value. So take your pen and mark your book and write $77 right on the Royal Jelly. So that is a visual that when you are speaking with your consultants and clients, you know the value is right there. You've written on it. The Royal Jelly Hand Complex is a broad spectrum SPF 15. That value is $25. Now, both are to be used for day and night, which is what those symbols are. When you see the sunshine and the moon, that tells you when are you going to use the products. Okay, so consultants for this deal, $64, 50% is $32. You are getting 2 Royal Jelly products for $16 each. You can find information on this in your product catalog of page 79. But before we go to that, I want to talk about that second offer, the one right below it. 2 Royal Jelly Body Complex, save 50%. This is a huge, huge deal. It's a 6.7 fluid ounce. It's our full size retail value. Together, it's $134. So remember, $67 each, right? $67 on each piece. Again, it will be a visual as you speak with clients about this. Consultants at 50% off, it is $33.50. We are talking that you are getting 2 body complex for $33.50, which means it comes to $16.75 each. Let me tell you something. This is your stock up time. This is stock up best pre-holiday sale. You must tell your clients about this. This is like Christmas in July. Stock up. I really and truly doubt you are going to see the body complex at a price like this again before the end of the year. I want to point out to you the word complex. We see the word complex. I'm telling you, once I thought about it, it was popping up to me all week long because I received a book in the mail that was called About Moving Your Cheese, and the word complex kept popping up. The first page I opened, the word complex. Looking at this, it says cell span complex. What does complex actually mean? What is it all about? We're telling our clients about complex, but what is it actually? So it's consisting of many different connected parts. And Vickie now has brought up in our product catalog of where Jafra talks about the details of complex. The product catalog that she is showing is page 79, by the way. Okay, so complex has other words. It can be complicated, intricate, tangled, different, impenetrable, involved, elaborate, hard. Impenetrable meaning impossible to pass through or enter, impossible to understand. Convoluted is complicated, technical. So when you think of the word complex, why is the Royal Jelly Body complex? Why is it complicated? Why is it difficult? When you look at the product of what Jafra has put together to formulate the Royal Jelly Body Complex, the hand complex, these are great, great products that are used for multi-purpose reasons. If you are on WhatsApp, you'll see that, and this is in Jafra Beauty Insiders. I see it on the Amber region online of people asking about different types of situations their clients go through. What product do you suggest? And over, it's our Royal Jelly. our cell span, our complex line. So think about that. Now, when we are looking at our wonderful best deals on page 24, you're going to talk about both sides, the balms and the complex. You want to put it all together in a bundle. $64 and $67, that gives you a total of 4 products. $131 is your total. The retail value of that is $236. Consultants, when you buy that bundle, 50% off is $65.50. $65.50 for 4 royal jelly products gives you $16.38. You will never find a better offer. So I'll tell you, offer number 4 is great. Sell it for the holiday pre-sale. It's Christmas in July. Okay, we're going to deal number 5 right now, and that is in your product catalog. Oh, sorry, July catalog, page 40 and 41. So get your pen. We are opening to page 40 and 41. Now, you have seen me talk about fragrances, and Jafra always promotes some great fragrances every month. But you know what? This is a 50% off, and this too is a definite Christmas in July. Look at all the space that you have around. You know what I would do? I would put Christmas stickers on this. That will give your clients a visual, that will give you a visual to talk about Christmas in July. So look for those Christmas stickers and put it on this page too. Choose 2. Now, as you see, the very first thing says choose 1. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about choose 2 because that's say 50%. I want my clients to know that I am looking for their best interest of saving money. Choose 2 of the Blossom fragrances for $57. Retail value is $113. The Orchid Blossom is a scratch and discover. It is a 1 fluid ounce of an EDP. P stands for parfum. Parfum lasts longer. And you're going to put $47 on that. The Gardenia Blossom is a 1.7 fluid ounce EDP parfum, $47. This offer has no purchase limit. What does that mean? That means you can order 1 orchid, 1 gardenia, 2 gardenias, 2 orchids, however you wish. I love when Jafra gives us these choices. So make sure you go ahead and let your clients know you have a choice if you want 2 of this offer. What comes with it also is the lipstick. This is a luxury matte lipstick, and the value is $19. Besame Mucho is the color they are offering. It is the only color. So we have $19 on that. You add 47, 47, 19, it's $113. And Vickie, we're going to look at our product catalog on page 154. Look at this, 154, 155 gives us a double page talking about the gardenia, and there you see the orchid blossom on the following page after reading. So if you need something to talk about to how to promote your fragrance, just read what Jafra has written for you. Just remember the difference of the parfum versus the EDT, because parfum lasts longer. For this deal, consultants, $57, 50% off, and you have $28.50. This is a 3-piece set. You're getting 2 fragrances and a lipstick. The average then is $9.50. Great Christmas in July offer. We're going to deal number 6. Deal number 6 is on page 52 and 53 in your July book. We briefly just talked about this last week, but now we're going into the details. Jafra has put a red strip across the top. As you see, it says free hand cream with purchase. They want to make sure that you know that the free hand cream is with this deal. This is best deal number 6. We have not had a toiletry essential set. $54. Retail value is up to $102. You build your own set, and then you get your free hand cream with purchase. Now, when you look at the deal, it says included is A and B. A and B are $17 each. So go ahead, take your pen, right at the top, 17, 17. Then we have our group of deodorants, and you are choosing one. The deodorants are all at a $10 value. So write $10 wherever you want, but you want to know that you know the value of that. Next to that is choose one of the shower gels. It's H, I, J, and K. All of our shower gels are at the same retail value of $20. Then you see one of the body lotion. L and M is $25, and N, which is the dream, is $20. And how do I know that? Was by referring back to our August catalog that we had, not August, October 2020 catalog had given us the retail value of that. The free Royal Olive hand cream, the value of that is $13. Now consultants, 50% off of this deal is $27. You are getting 5 items plus a free gift, average price $5.40. Oh my. This is a great traveling set. This is a great set for anyone going back to college. This is a send-off gift. Have a good time. In your product catalog, we are going to go to page 228 and 229 because I want to talk about this botanical expertise hair care. As you know, it was the first 2 items that they showed in this offer. Jafra wanted everyone to have the hair care first. They didn't want to give it as a choice. You are getting it with the deal. Are you using it? And if you're not, why not? I want you to get your phone if you have your phone close by, because I want you to know how to find out more information on this hair care product. I am a licensed cosmetologist and I know a lot about shampoos and conditioners. Some people will challenge you and say, well, that's not a professional line. Let me tell you, it is. We don't promote that, oh, it's sulfate free and this and that. Those are buzzwords that is in the profession. This is a great shampoo. When you go to your Jafra Biz, if you have your phone, go to Jafra Biz. And now you have where it says shop, business, and training. When you click on your training hub opens up. Then it goes to product.
I
And
got
it
it here
says,
for you, Bronwyn. Look, show them.
okay. So then it goes to product training, and that's what you want to click on. Then you have bath and body. You want to click on bath and body. When you click on that, it opens up again and it's all these little pink lines. Now you go down to past the precious protein and it says botanical expertise. You click on that and it opens up to 5 pages. The first page is all the shampoo and conditioner information about how to use it, what's in it, and it is a fabulous page. So with each of your toiletry sets that you are promoting, right now you need to download some pages of the botanical expertise hair care because you want everyone to have the details about it so they understand the value of what they are purchasing. They will then know and use it and reorder it because it will make a difference for their hair. It is a fabulous printout to have to offer. I'll tell you, some people say, well, you know what, I pay for my hair to have Brazilian blowouts and all of these other type of services. Let me tell you what a Brazilian blowout is. It's a bonding of heat of silicone onto the hair shaft. There's nothing wonderful about that because eventually it just doesn't stay. It really is horrible. And then they have to use vinegar rinse to try and get the gunk off. Our botanical expertise hair care is a fabulous product. So I challenge you to sell the toiletry essential sets. $54, consultants $27 for 5 products and a free hand. Now, last week, we started something new in July, and we talked about deals that I don't bring up because it's not the best deal, but we still have some great deals. So I'm going to talk about deal number 2 that is a great deal on page 10 and 11. So go to your July catalog, open page 10 and 11. And on page 10 and 11 is our Jafra Sun Duo. I'm talking about it because there was a change to this that maybe not everyone heard about. So I'm bringing it up here so that you are very much aware and you can teach and train your team. The Jefferson Duo says save over 25% for $36. Retail value is $50. This deal is actually, you're going to write $22 on each piece, which is your face protector and the tinted face protector. $22, $22. And then on the, where it says free spray, you're going to write $28. This is now a 72 retail value offer. If you have listened to the July 1st business meeting, you heard Andrea talk about that there is a change to this deal. I want to point out to you, this became now a 50% deal. So on your page, write 50% and circle it. So you have it in your mind. This is a great deal. You are getting both products. You are getting the face protector and the tinted ones. Okay, then you're getting the free spray on screen, $28. So did you know what broad spectrum means? And it says that at the bottom of the page. That just really made me smile because as you know, in the month of June, we talked about all the details of what broad spectrum with the UVA, UVB rays are all about. I even talked about the UVC rays. Okay, so consultants, $36, 50% off. This is $18. A 3-piece set averages to $6 each piece. This is the deal of the season. You know what? This is July. Stock up for the rest of the season. On page 11, it shows the cooling product. And yeah, it says it's 15%. That's still a saving. 15%, bundle it up with page 10. $36 and $18 is $54. 4-piece set, it comes to $13.50. But for a consultant, you take $36, $18, $54, 50% will be $27 for a 4-piece set that averages to $6.75 each piece. This is a great deal that is not to be missed. Now, remember I said on page 10, it's a 50% deal. When you bundle it together, the deal comes out to 43%. And that's why this is great deal number 2 for the month of July. So do share, suggested sell, successive sell, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Bronwyn. I'm sorry I didn't guess I didn't read the text you gave me right because I thought I had everything done, so I didn't catch that last page. Sorry about that. But I did catch the product. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at this. So anyways, Bronwyn, that was so informative. And don't forget the Jafra Hub because wow, there is so much there. That's a treasure trove. It really is. There's so much in there. All right, we've gone over today, so I'm going to say, those of you that want to stay on, we're visiting afterwards. Those of you that are on Facebook, thank you for joining us. And those of you that are watching our Zoom on YouTube, thank you for joining us today. Remember, every Saturday, 9 o'clock, we have a fabulous meeting that is packed with information. And today, we didn't get it quite all in. We went over about 10 minutes. So see you soon. And don't forget, next Tuesday, I think we've got a guest speaker on the Tuesday, 11 o'clock Pacific time. Don't miss that meeting. And again, I'm going to thank you so much for being a part of this team. I'm going to end the meeting on Facebook. Bye, everybody from Facebook. Stop the live stream. And bye, everybody that's watching the recording.